Yo, what's good, everybody? You know the vibes, the tagline, content, the new crack. And in this video, man, we're switching gears and we're tapping into some more NBA content. If you guys don't know, man, I am a New York Knicks fan, a lifelong New York Knicks fan, man. I'm from New York and I support my home teams, Knicks and Jets. I know Jets are having a rocky season, but the Knicks are looking promising right now. And I just wanted to do a video, man, to talk about. I've gone through like so many stages of being a Knicks fan throughout my life, right? And I want to talk about what it's like being a Knicks fan in 2024 and being a New Yorker and a Knicks fan. One thing about the Knicks, man, the Knicks, even within New York, they've garnered so much distrust from our local, from the people within the state, right? I'm not New York City. I'm sure New York City has the Knicks loyalty, but in terms of like the state of New York, I'm from Albany, upstate New York, right? And up here, man, people have like this air of like disappointment with the Knicks, and they love to hate the Knicks, right? And I think it's crazy because it's our team, it's our state's team, man, and we got to represent our state's team. But in 2024, I can sense the climate of that changing a little bit. Like a lot of the people around me are bandwagon fans because we really don't claim a team. And like now they're starting to see the Knicks. And really it's been with Cat. I think Cat is the first superstar player that I think people are believing in as being like able to bring us to a championship, right? I think people recognize Brunson was nice, but they just felt like he's too small to actually in the playoffs impose his will on other teams and get us to the promised land. And I think they're starting to see that in Cat with like some of these moments we've been having, man. Like just recently, man, there was the moment versus the Magic. Here, I'm playing it right now. And like that's just swag, man. That's New York swag. I think it's moments like that help people to believe in the Knicks, right? And that get people to be able to believe in the Knicks' actual title contendency possibilities, right? And me being someone who's watched most of the Knicks game, just about every Knicks game this season, what I see, right? I see our pieces finally working together. Like don't get me wrong, man, Randle's a great player, and we just played Toronto and RJ Barrett, and he was a great player, and I knew he'd be good. But I think both of them were just like ball stopper, low IQ players, right? And when it'd be like last night versus the Raptors, man. Last night versus the Raptors, and it was the reel I was just playing. We had that sequence that
we got a good one here at MSG right now.
That sequence that
lighting it from the outside.
That sequence that ended the game. Cat hit the dagger three, the block by OG. Quick decision making, no dribbling. Right to it, decisive, high percentage shots. It was the defense to the offense, man. Even Cat's defense. Oh, and Cat hit this right here, man. This right here says it. Cat's happy to be a New Yorker. He's loving it there. He's a New Yorker through and through. He's feeling it, pointing to the jersey. I think he's really taking like pride in bringing the Knicks, making the Knicks great again, right? And but what I was saying was like we're playing with maturity and IQ, which we didn't really have with Randle and like Barrett. Barrett would just get tunnel vision too much. Randle he dribbled too much. He was too inefficient. But now it's like the ball, like we're averaging 30 assists per game. That was never the New York Knicks identity. We're a tough, grinded out team. And right now we're having our defensive struggles, right? But I think most of that will be solved by Mitchell Robinson when he comes back, and splitting time with Cat and playing him next to Cat and this, that, and the third. Because, having that anchor on defense really like helps everybody else settle into their roles. And right now we're kind of like Cat and OG are kind of like working together to protect the rim. And when Mitchell Robinson comes back, man, you don't even need to do that, man. OG can focus strictly on defending like the perimeter and those like slashers, and Cat can kind of come in and help by the perimeter when he needs to, defend those pick and pop bigs and those shooting bigs like the Al Horfords of the world and whatnot. you know, Porzingis and Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim and get those tough boards. And you know, I think our defensive struggles will solve themselves as the season goes on. We're still a very new team, and as we've seen that with the offense, like the offense is really just now gelling and clicking, and everybody's knowing their role and they know their spots, when to take over, what to do, and you know, the guys are just flowing right now, and we're entering into this NBA Cup, right? This NBA Cup, and let's look at that NBA Cup brackets. Let's see here, NBA Cup bracket. I'm sure there's a. Here it goes. Should have pulled up the bracket. Yeah, we got the NBA Cup here, and you know, especially with Boston and the Cavs, I think we're better than the Cavs, right? I think we're a better team than the Cavs. The Cavs brought back basically their whole team, and we were like, when we played them, we were doing really, really good until the end, and that just comes from like team chemistry. But as the season goes on, we'll get closer and closer to, you know, beating the Cavs, and you know, I think we're a good matchup for OKC. We're a good matchup for the Thunder and the Rockets and the Warriors. We got to take care of our side. I think our side's the biggest threat. I know the Thunder are good, especially regular season, right? And but I think our biggest threats are like Trae Young, just because it's a rivalry we have to overcome. Trae Young has been doing us filthy for too long. We got to start putting that. We got to start turning the corner on that rivalry. Kind of like how the Warriors turned the corner on the Clippers. We got to do that to the Hawks, man, because there's no reason that we should be losing to the Hawks so often. And I think, you know, without Mitchell Robinson, we're worse of a matchup for the Bucks. But I still think we can get past them, right? I still think we're a little bit deeper. And I think we're a little bit more versatile, man. And I think Cat plays good against Giannis. And, you know, we have enough bodies to help contain Dame. And Chris Middleton is just getting back in the swing of things. So now's our chance to beat them, man. Now's our chance to beat them, I think. I think we have a really, really good chance to win this whole thing and, like, really, like, you know, get people excited about the Knicks. And like I said, people are already getting excited about the Knicks with just all the viral moments we've had. Like, you know, the Cat pointing to his jersey, mainly from Cat, to be fair. And, you know, that's another shout out to Brunson. Like, Brunson, you know, the captain of the team, stepping back and letting Cat flourish and be great, right? And, you know, the big man's always going to look more dominant than the small guy. But I've seen a stat where Brunson has the ball almost 45% of the time in his hands. Like, he's leading the league by far in, like, usage rate when he's on the floor, right? And, you know, to let Cat still flourish. And the fact that Cat can even flourish next to a guy who has the ball for that much percentage of the time when he's on the floor just shows you how well this team fits together, and like how they all fit in their roles super well. I mean, and they make quick decisions, get to the bucket, constantly moving, ball movement, pass it, give it up, shooter pass. Like, it's a good style of basketball. We just really need to figure out the defense. But, you know, in terms of being a Knicks fan, like in my group chats, I'm constantly defending the Knicks, bro, and I'm constantly having to throw stats at people, and they refuse to believe that we're a serious contender, bro. And it's really just our time. It's something that the world has got to accept. And if I can boil down, man, the resurgence of the Knicks to one thing, man, it would be, I would say, IQ. I think everybody plays with IQ and maturity. I mean, look, there's even this moment.
For me to be in this position, at this age, at this maturity level, with this understanding of life, not only from, I was a boy then, I'm a man now. So for me to be in this situation, being back home, being at the Mecca, you know, with everything that came with it, and obviously how I got here, it makes this process much easier and more understanding. For me to be in this position, at this age, at this maturity level, with this understanding of life, not only from, I was a boy then, I'm a man now. So for me to be in...
I was a boy then, I'm a man now. I think it's got to be hurtful for Cat to get traded from his team that drafted him, that they went to the Western Conference Finals with, and he felt like he had such a great season. But, man, in this new situation, bro, I feel like this has been the best thing for his career. Like, he's finally in a big market. I feel like he's always been a star. He just hasn't gotten the love he needed. He's been branded as soft. And now he's playing New York, man. He's getting favorable branding. Yeah, I mean, the fans are showing him love. They love the way he's playing. He's playing great. He's having a career year. Yeah, I mean, he's back under Tibbs, getting a second chance at that connection, and he's coming with maturity and growth, and he's with a good squad of smart, high IQ players, man, that get him, and they're putting him in the best situation to succeed, and they're all helping each other, man. What a time to be a Knicks fan, bro. But like I said, if I can just boil this down to one thing, it'd be maturity and IQ. I guess that's two things: maturity and IQ. Even the way the team is constructed, man, like some of the moves got a lot of backlash by the fans, like this cat trade in particular. And like, you know, on first reaction, I was taken aback by the trade because, you know, I always thought like I always joked with my friends, like, Julius Randle, I always said he was too ugly to win a championship, if that makes any sense to you guys. I just always thought that he was too ugly to make to win a championship, and I just knew we couldn't win I knew we couldn't get to the promised land with Randle. He just was too disappointing in the playoffs, and I just think his style of play just wasn't quite like where it needed to be championship level. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're seeing that in Minnesota with some of his struggles in Minnesota. And I'm sure if they could go back and do that trade over, they definitely would, man. I'm sure they would do that trade back over in an instant, man. And just, Cat has been outstanding for us. Cat doesn't even look right in the Minnesota jersey anymore. Like, this was meant to be. This was his destiny. Cat doesn't even look right in that Minnesota jersey. And Julius didn't look like right in the Knicks jersey, to be honest. And yeah, they're balling. Like, you know, Cat's balling now. Julius is, I don't think he's not balling. He's just, you know, the mesh just isn't what it. I think when you lose like a player like Cat, who just adds so much versatility to your offense with his passing ability, his rebounding ability, his scoring ability, his shooting ability. Yeah, I mean, take it off the dribble, put people in. Like, you just lose a big piece, man, a big piece offensively. And Randle just isn't that guy. Randle can get you some tough buckets. Randle can get you a 28 a night if he needs to, but it's just not the same. It doesn't look the same. It's not as efficient as Cat's. I mean, it's just not as efficient. It's not as clean. And I think Minnesota fans are missing Cat, and we're happy to have him over in New York. And, you know, furthermore, we got OG playing great defense. His defense, if you've watched OG's defense, he's a constant disruptor, a constant pest, making it hard for people to score. You know what I mean? OG's been doing his thing, man. And a lot of these moments that, you know, you see the big viral moments, right? A lot of those moments started with a defensive stop by OG, or just like a possession change due to OG's disruption or tipping the ball. And if we can get Mikal Bridges to like figure out his defensive struggles, man, we're gonna be a tough out for anybody, man. We're ready. We match up well with pretty much any team in the league, man. And it's a great time to be a New York Knicks fan. I'm looking forward to this NBA Cup. That's the next for us. If we can have a good showing in this NBA Cup, if we can win it all, man, that'd be a great sign. I'm sure it'd be great for the guys' morale and their chemistry. If we can get Mitchell Robinson back, fortifying that defense, making the bench a little bit longer. Once you add Mitchell Robinson in, then, you know, you put Josh Hart on the bench, and you know, you got a deeper bench. Oh, I forgot to talk about the bench, man. Miles McBride is a dark horse 6-man of the year contender. I know we got the Pritchard in Boston balling out. He's balling out, but Miles McBride is right there, bro. Every time he shoots the ball, it's like cash, and he just adds a spark off the bench. Him and Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne's doing his thing too, showing out. If Shamet didn't get hurt, man, we'd have one of the deepest teams in the league too. We'd have one of the best starting fives and one of the best benches. The only thing we're really missing is like a backup wing, like a good backup two-way wing. Yeah, I mean, if we can get a nice, strong backup two-way wing somehow through a trade or something, or pick up TJ Warren to like fortify that bench a little bit, give Miles McBride, or not Miles McBride, but, you know, Bridges a rest, and OG a little bit more of a rest, man, I think we'd be in great shape, man. We'd be looking at a championship team, and the window is just opening, man. We got this team together for a few years at least. This team together, I'm sure we're gonna get at least one championship, barring injury or any of that. But man, it's a great time to be a New York Knicks fan. Great time to be a New Yorker, man. And the sky's the limit for this group, this core group. This is the best group I've seen. And you know, I lived through the Mellow JR, Stoudemire era. I've lived through well, that's really it. That was the best era from when I was alive with the Knicks. But yeah, man, it's time. It's our time. New York Knicks, stand up, rise up, man. If you're a New York Knicks fan, man, drop the NYK in the comments, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video. I put out content on a wide range of topics. This is like the Scatterbane channel, so subscribe, man. Keep tuning in. I'm gonna keep coming with this content. That being said, peace out.